You know what I wish I would have learned in my 20s? The idea that we have an array of different feelings and how to compartmentalize these different feelings based off of who we're dealing with. I feel like in a very general sense, I had only thought there was happiness, anger, sadness, or whatever, right? But I didn't understand when somebody was doing something to me that I didn't particularly like within a romantic partnership. It wasn't necessarily that I felt inadequate. It wasn't necessary, even though those feelings can exist. I'm not saying that they don't. It's not that I felt inadequate. It's not that I didn't feel like I was that bitch. It's not any of those different kind of things. What I didn't realize is that there is very much a space for feeling disgust for someone's behavior. And as I've mentioned before in like previous like recordings and stuff like that, I didn't know how to deal with people who have already been a staple in my life for so long and essentially just letting them out where they're welcome. So I would keep my quote unquote enemies around and I would have this kind of like disdain and disgust for their behavior. But the one thing that I learned is that a man, once he realized that he can trigger you emotionally, he's not going to leave you because a man would rather have control than have no control at all, even if it's in a negative way. I know it sounds crazy. They may see your behavior towards what they're doing as disgust, but they would rather have power over you. So they'll deal with the bitching and the moaning and listen, niggas love drama. They love it as much as they say that they don't. Trust me, they fucking do. Peace my motherfucking me ass. They love drama. So they would rather have control over you emotionally, even though it affects you negatively, than to leave you the fuck alone. Now, obviously, there's a threshold, after a certain point, shit kind of gets tired and different kind of things like that. But I really wish I would have knew in my 20s when to get the fuck up and leave and how to keep that stoic mindset, how to remain detached. Because if I knew all of the things that I knew about the opposite sex now, I would initially go into every situation detached and I would start out at 0 instead of starting out at 100. Right? Because people need to earn our respect. They need to earn our honor. They need to earn their place in our lives. And without them doing any of those different kind of things, well, why the fuck are they here? So I realized that I was dating all wrong. And of course, I reclaimed my power and I don't even entertain anybody at this point, which will be a different conversation for a different day. But I said to myself, like, I should not be getting worked up over somebody else's behavior that I'm disgusted with. I should just remove myself from the picture. And again, that conditioning of thinking that we have to remain attached to people who have been in our lives for a long time. Because even if you don't necessarily go into a relationship perfectly, right? I'm pretty sure at some point you have discussed something that you don't like within a dynamic between you and someone else. And once you bring that to somebody's attention and you're not yelling and screaming, you just saying, hey, I'm not comfortable with this or I don't like this thing, and they proceed to do it, they don't like you like that. They don't. They don't fuck with you like that. I'm trying to tell you, like they really don't fuck with you like that. But again, they will stay with you because they understand that they can trigger you emotionally. And again, men love power more than they love abstinence. Remember that shit. That's why a lot of women are in toxic ass situations now with a nigga who she probably done beat over the head. She probably done violated him, did all of this kind of different shit, but he ain't going nowhere because he loves that negative attention. He loves the fact that he can get a rise out of her. So I decided, obviously, moving forward with relationships, I would exercise the art of detachment, and when I would learn in different kind of situations how to compartmentalize my feelings and understand that somebody else's behavior is not an inadequacy within me, but an inadequacy within them. And I need to remove myself from the situation. So I really hope this little tidbit helps. I have just become a lot more clear within the way that I process things and, the kind of people that I deal with. And when I specifically go to people with my issues, how they then react to how I feel about something, because whether people like to understand it or not, relationships are a lot about feelings, and it's a lot about accommodating your situation based off of, like, the different people that you're dealing with. If I decided to get into a relationship with a man, would have to accommodate to his style of dealing, and vice versa if we decided to couple together. Now, I'm not going to go on the extreme side of things and completely change my behavior, and I wouldn't expect him to do vice versa, but you do have to accommodate based off of, different people that you deal with, because they grew up different than you, they have a different set of values, and so on and so forth. So I hope that made sense to you guys. I know it's been a couple of days. I just been, low, just minding my business. I'll definitely come back and do a longer video at a different date on a different topic, and I will talk to y'all later.